Wolf Games. I'm Brad.
I'm Mike.
And this is...
It's Fluxx.
It is. I had to do that because it's really...
It's a small game. We get it.
Right. Okay. So this is Fluxx. It's a game with no rules.
It has rules. It has lots of rules, actually.
Oh, okay. Fluxx, the game with no way to win.
Nope. It has a lot of ways to win.
But
it's a game that's constantly changing with rules and ways to win. And the game is constantly in flux.
So it's about time travel?
No, wrong flux. No capacitors.
So here we have a few varieties of the fluxes that we have.
Yeah, there are more than this that are available, and some that aren't available anymore.
Right.
But it all starts with this guy down here, the original Fluxx.
Now, this is the 5th edition. This box in particular is the 5th edition of Fluxx. The original Fluxx that I recall was in like a little box like this, and I played it years and years and years ago, and it was great fun then. It's the same essentially now.
Yeah. But all versions of Fluxx start with one basic rule that's two things. Draw one, play one. You're going to draw one card and add that to your starting hand, and then you play one.
At this point, there's literally no way to win the game.
No.
And that is really the only rule. I hate the overuse of the word literally, but it's literally no way to win, literally the only rule.
Yeah. From there, you start laying out goals to possibly win the game, and then you're going to lay out keepers to match that goal. The only problem is you may have one of those goals, a goal out and a keeper, and then this guy's going to change the goal on me.
Also, really, really easy to accidentally win in this game. You can accidentally win the game for somebody else in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
and that usually comes from the play of rules, which are the blue cards. They just add more, or not rules, actions. I'm sorry, actions, because you could do like the pick 3, play 2.
Yep.
And if you have to play 2 of those cards, if you play one of those cards, it could accidentally win the game for somebody easily.
Yeah. So, well, let's look at some of these different versions. Of course, we have the Monster Fluxx and Cthulhu Fluxx are a little bit older, a couple years older than some of these newer ones here.
Mm-hmm. And I will also with some of these games that we have out right now, especially over here, one of the cards that we didn't talk about, the Creepers.
Yeah.
Creepers came out with Star Fluxx, I believe. That was the first.
Sounds right.
The first appearance of Creepers, and they add a cool little mechanic into the game where it just kind of prevents you from winning if you have a Creeper. I will say I think the best use of Creepers in the entire Fluxx universe is Batman.
Yeah. The Batman Fluxx really relies on the Creepers. There are even ways to win, as I have set out here, with just Creepers. Here's the Rogues Yell. You throw out 4 Creepers, which are villains. You win. The Batman version also started adding character abilities, where Batman and Robin and some of the other characters will take away Creepers.
Which the Firefly Fluxx version.
I believe this is the most recent version of Fluxx.
I like the aging.
Yeah.
The aging of the cards.
Yeah. So let's... as you can tell, as Fluxx got more popular, they started getting more licensing to do more themed things.
Which is good, because all the licensed stuff I've seen them do has been excellent.
Yeah. So what's your favorite version of Fluxx?
Well, I would say Batman, but the last version I played was Firefly, and I won like 3 times in a row, so I want to go with Firefly.
I would have lost that bet if I thought you said Adventure Time.
I love the franchise Adventure Time. I love it. But Fluxx, for me, it was just another Fluxx game.
Yeah.
The Adventure Time I love was in one of our previous episodes.
Yeah. I'm with you. Batman Fluxx, I really like. Solid game. Firefly Fluxx is very similar.
Yes.
But if you like Firefly, you're going to like this, because it is very themed.
Lots of inside jokes, too.
Yes, including one card that I got to play last week and I really liked was I'll Be in My Bunk, which I played, and then you just leave the room.
I hadn't seen it before. The first thing I said was, just because you play that card doesn't mean you have to walk away. He told me to read the card, read the card. That's exactly what he had to do.
So, yeah, very thematic. A lot of fun, of course. You and Rachel just played like crazy trying to win while I was gone.
Yep.
But, yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, the thing with Fluxx is it's always going to be different. If I say you want to play with 2 to 4, it seems like you can play with more, but I think it gets too spread out.
I'm gonna go with 2 again, maybe just a little too few. You need at least 3.
Yeah.
To make it fun. You can play with 2, but 3 actually makes it more fun.
Yeah. The box says 2 to 6. 2, it's not great. 3, 4 is okay. 5 is playable. 6, I think you spread the cards 2 out. And those can be some long games.
They are. I've played a 2-hour game of Fluxx before.
Yes.
But it was fun for me. I know some other people may have been getting a little worn out, but I liked it.
Well, for I think a pretty fun filler, quick filler, I think Fluxx is a game that just about anyone can find a version for them.
Oh, yeah, and the replayability of the game. It's a different game every time you play, so it's excellent. The perfect party game.
Well, that was Fluxx. The game of change.
And Fluxx.
That's what I said.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, definitely check out all of its incarnations, and I'm sure there's just going to be more coming out.
Yeah, and, like that game, things are always changing, but, we stay the same.
Right. So, it's time to box up this episode. I'm Mike.
I'm Brad.
And like, subscribe, and comment, and let us know what you want us to review next.